Urban Magic and Megapolisomancy, the hidden energies of the city. Have you ever felt that the city around you is more than just streets and buildings? What if I told you that cities are living, breathing entities with their own magical energy, hidden symbols, and secret power flows? Welcome to the world of urban magic and megapolisomancy, the mystical science of manipulating the energies of the metropolis. Megapolisomancy is a relatively obscure term that originates from the novel Our Lady of Darkness, 1977, by author Fritz Leiber. In the book, megapolisomancy is described as an occult science or magic related to large cities and their metaphysical energy. What does megapolisomancy involve? According to the novel, large cities, due to their structure and history, accumulate powerful energetic vibrations. Proper knowledge of these energies allows a mage to harness them, causing supernatural or ominous phenomena. Skyscrapers, underground tunnels, and the geometry of cities play a significant role in this form of magic. In the book, megapolisomancy is associated with otherworldly entities that are created by the city itself. Although it is a fictional concept, some occult enthusiasts have linked it to real theories about urban magic and the energetic influence of cities on people. Urban magic is a modern magical system that focuses on utilizing the energy and elements of the city for magical practices. Instead of relying on nature, like traditional magic, it harnesses the chaotic, vibrant, and ever-changing nature of urban environments. Core principles of urban magic: the city as an energy field. Buildings, streets, transportation systems, and even advertisements can be seen as energy carriers that influence consciousness and reality. Certain locations, crossroads, old buildings, abandoned places, hold special magical power. Blending modern technology with spirituality using electronic media, such as mobile phones, social media, and the internet, as magical tools. Graffiti and street symbols can function as sigils, magical symbols. Chaos and improvisation: there is no strict structure. Urban magicians often improvise and use whatever is available around them. Each practitioner develops their own approach, combining elements from different magical systems. Mass energy cities are full of human activity and concentrated emotions, which can be harnessed magically. Phenomena such as collective thought forms, egregores, manifest easily in a bustling environment. Examples of urban magic practices: using urban locations, visiting specific places to empower spells or draw energy. Digital magic, creating digital sigils via social media or hacking for energetic influence. Synchronicities, reading signs in streets, billboards, or city events as divinatory messages. Graffiti magic, using street art as a magical act to alter the energy of an area. Urban magic is closely linked to chaos magic, cyber occultism, and mystical theories such as megapolisomancy. Urban magicians are individuals who practice magic within the modern urban environment, harnessing the energy of cities, modern technology, and the chaotic dynamics of metropolises. Instead of using natural elements like traditional magicians, they work with landscapes of concrete, neon lights, streets, transportation systems, and digital reality. What defines an urban magician? Adapts to the environment. 1. They do not need forests or ancient temples. The city itself is their temple. 2. They use whatever is available: graffiti, street signs, and even public transportation. Blends magic with technology, uses smartphones, social media, and code as modern spells. Works with digital sigils and hacking to influence reality. Relies on synchronicity and chaos. Believes that coincidences are not random but part of a magical narrative to be decoded. Incorporates elements of chaos magic, where personal belief shapes reality. Harnesses the power of the crowd. Cities are filled with emotions, masses of people, and energetic currents. Urban magicians can tap into the energy of concerts, protests, or bustling squares. Notable examples of urban magicians or related movements: William S. Burroughs experimented with the idea that cities are alive and can be reprogrammed through words and symbols. Genesis P. Orridge, the Temple of Psychic Youth, Topi, developed modern techniques of chaotic and industrial magic. Cyber shamans and chaos magicians, practitioners who work with the internet, code, and digital divination. Megapolisomancers, inspired by Fritz Leiber's work, they believe cities possess their own mystical forces. Examples of magical practices in the city: digital divination, analyzing algorithms and social media trends as a modern form of prophecy. Using graffiti as a magical sigil, creating secret symbols on streets to influence energy. Digital spells, utilizing emojis, hidden messages, and viruses as forms of modern curses or blessings. Mapping the city's energy points, studying abandoned buildings, bridges, or crossroads as magical nodes. Urban magicians operate at the threshold between reality and the supernatural, treating the city as a living, energetic labyrinth that can be influenced and hacked through magic. Can anyone become an urban magician? Yes, anyone can become an urban magician because urban magic does not require secret knowledge or special abilities. It is based on observation, intention, and the creative use of the urban environment. The only requirement is to change the way you perceive the city around you and learn to read and influence its energy. How to become an urban magician 1. Shift your perception. See the city as a living organism instead of seeing just streets and buildings. Think of the city as a magical field filled with energy currents, symbols, and synchronicities. Observe patterns, numbers on signs, graffiti messages, and unexpected encounters may have symbolic meaning. Use psychogeography, wander aimlessly, allowing the city to guide you. 2. Learn to harness urban energy. Identify energy hotspots, abandoned buildings, crossroads, bridges, train stations, monuments. These places often carry strong magical charges. Experiment with techniques such as sigils, magical symbols on walls, urban rituals, or secret city maps. Utilize sound, light, and technology. Even Wi-Fi signals and electromagnetic interference can be used magically. 3. Merge technology with magic. Create digital sigils, magical symbols embedded in social media, code, or even QR codes. Explore digital divination by analyzing algorithms, news, or AI responses for hidden messages. 3. Experiment with chaotic hacking magic, small interventions in digital reality to shift outcomes, for example, viral memes as magical spells. 4. Tap into crowds and chaotic energy. Participate in festivals, concerts, and protests, places where mass energy is intense. Work with the collective unconscious of the city by creating magical symbols that influence public perception. Experiment with urban legends, rumors and stories that spread have a powerful magical impact. Simple techniques for beginners. Find your personal magical spot, a place in the city where you feel an energetic connection. Create an urban spell by leaving messages, symbols, or small objects in specific locations. Observe the magic of synchronicity. Keep a journal of strange events that seem like coincidences. Try urban divination. Use posters, street numbers, or random conversations as answers to your questions. Make a digital sigil and upload it online to influence the energy of those who see it. Final thought: an urban magician is a reality hacker. They don't follow predefined rules but create their own. If you start seeing the city as a living labyrinth filled with secrets and power, then you've already taken your first step. It's very likely that we all practice urban magic without realizing it. This happens because urban magic is based on symbols, synchronicity, crowd energy, and interaction with the city, elements that shape our daily lives, even if we're not consciously aware of them. How do we practice urban magic without knowing it? 1. Synchronicity and random events. 1. You think of someone, and suddenly they text you or you run into them. 2. You see an ad, graffiti, or a number that seems to answer a question in your mind. These are basic principles of divination and energy connection, consciously used by urban magicians. 2. Mapping and energy of places you have, lucky routes you prefer or places you avoid because they give you bad vibes. 2. You feel different in an abandoned building compared to a crowded plaza. This is energy mapping of the city, an unconscious form of urban magic. 3. Technology is modern magic. You influence reality through social media. You post something, and it shapes situations. 2. Algorithms predict your thoughts, suggesting things you were just thinking about. This is digital magic, blending technology with intention. 4. Collective energy and crowd phenomena. 1. Have you ever felt the intensity of a protest, concert, or stadium crowd? 2. Have you entered a room and sensed the atmosphere, even without anyone speaking? This is energy work with the collective mind, even if we don't call it that. So, what does this mean? Urban magic is something we all practice subconsciously because city life is full of energy interactions, symbols, and invisible influences. The difference between a regular person and an urban magician is that the latter does it consciously and with intention. If you start noticing, experimenting, and using these forces intentionally, you're already stepping into the world of urban magic. Manhole covers, metal plates on sidewalks, drainage grates, and sewers with mysterious symbols can be considered part of urban magic and megapolisomancy. Megapolisomancy and manhole covers. According to the concept of megapolisomancy, the magic of megacities, urban environments are not just random constructions but massive energy mechanisms. Manhole covers and their symbols can act as beacons of energy currents, marking areas and providing clues to those who know how to read them. Urban magic and manhole covers. Modern urban magicians see them as portals or energy points where one can draw power or leave signs for other initiates. Examples and symbolism 1. Manhole covers with mysterious symbols and marks, strange numbers, arrows, or Latin letters on covers may indicate energy lines. Astrological or alchemical symbols, circles, crosses, triangular designs, might signify hidden pathways. Secret trick. Some urban magicians track the placement of these covers to map the energy structure of the city. Manhole covers and portals to other dimensions. Esoteric theory. In several occult theories, sewer covers are considered gateways leading downward, to underground cities, energy centers, or parallel realities. Urban magic rituals have been performed over manhole covers believed to be portals, either to open communication or to ward off negative influences. Marking energy zones. Manhole covers might delineate the boundaries of an energy zone, similar to ley lines in nature. Some believe that special companies or secret organizations leave symbolic marks on them to recognize specific energy zones. In some urban magical practices, walking over or avoiding certain covers is part of a ritual to either harness or evade energy flows. Secret trick. If you see many different covers in a small area with various symbols, you might be at an energy conflict zone, a place of special power. Real-life examples. Japan. Artistic manhole covers with spiritual meaning. In Japan, many covers feature traditional symbols related to local kami, spirits, or myths. Some people visit specific manhole covers as if they were sacred sites, trying to draw luck or protection. New York. The theory of secret sewer symbols. Some researchers claim there is a secret network of markings on Manhattan's manhole covers indicating ancient tunnels or energy portals. There are testimonies from people who claim to have seen unexplained lights or felt an electric atmosphere near some of them. Barcelona. Manhole covers with occult symbols. Some covers in Barcelona feature strange geometric designs resembling Masonic or alchemical symbols. Theories suggest they mark demonic portals or hidden passageways beneath the city. Can you use manhole covers for your own urban magic? Yes. Here are some ideas. Observe the manhole covers in your area. Look for patterns, symbols, or marks that may have energetic significance. Create a magical map by noting the locations of covers with unique designs or vibrations. Use the covers as charging points. Stand on them to gather energy or leave something symbolic there. Secretly write sigils, with chalk or invisible ink, on covers in areas you want to influence. Final thought. Manhole covers may seem like just metal lids, but if you learn to read them, you can decipher an entire hidden system within the city. Whether it's megapolisomancy, urban magic, or secret society codes, the streets always speak, you just need to know how to listen. Recognizing positive and negative urban magic signs. The ability to recognize positive and negative urban magic signs is an art that combines observation, intuition, and knowledge of a city's energy flows. If you learn to read symbols, synchronicities, and the atmosphere of a place, you can determine whether a location is favorable or dangerous from a magical perspective. Positive signs and locations. 1. Places that radiate positive energy. Corners where light falls in unusual ways, creating magical reflections. Squares, parks, and areas where natural elements, water, trees, are in harmony with the city. Unusual calmness in busy places, as if there's a bubble of protection. Streets where people seem more relaxed, children play, and animals appear peaceful. Locations with graffiti, posters, or symbols that inspire positive emotions. How to use them. 1. Sit in the area for a moment and observe how it affects your energy. 2. If you feel comfortable and clear-headed, you can use it for recharging, reflection, or empowerment rituals. If you're starting something important, try passing through or leaving a small object, for example, a symbol, a flower, a coded mark. 2. Symbolic positive signs. Repeated numbers, for example, 1111, 222, 777, on signs, bus stops, or manhole covers, indicating synchronicity and alignment. Unexplained positive coincidences, finding money, bird feathers, or seeing uplifting graffiti are good signs. Directional signs that seem to lead you somewhere. If you keep seeing arrows pointing in one direction, it may be calling you. Negative signs and locations. 1. Places with heavy or hostile energy. Streets where you constantly feel uneasy or tense. Areas filled with abandonment, garbage, broken windows, often dead zones energetically. Sudden temperature shifts. If you suddenly feel cold or pressured in a spot, it may have negative energy. Repeated small misfortunes when passing through, tripping, dropping things, or feeling unusually tired. Streets or alleys that seem dark even in daylight, suggesting accumulated negative energy. What to do? If you feel uncomfortable, don't stay too long and minimize contact. If you must pass through, carry a protective object, for example, a talisman, mirror, or power symbol. If a place feels energetically dirty, you can cleanse it by leaving a small sigil, a bit of salt, or some light, for example, a lighter or flashlight. 2. Symbolic negative signs. Broken or upside down symbols on streets or walls. These might indicate disrupted energy. Graffiti with eyes, inverted crosses, or words like death, stop, or run. They may have been placed intentionally. Repeated numbers like 666 or 13 on signs or buildings, often linked to chaotic or aggressive energy. Strange sounds, whispers, or pulsating noises near drains, old buildings, or abandoned areas. Animals avoiding certain spots. If cats, dogs, or birds steer clear of a place, it's a good sign that you should too. Special techniques for identifying energy zones. Experiment with short routes, change your path and observe how different places affect you. Try the energy map technique, mark locations where you feel good and places that weigh you down. Use a pendulum or a compass. If the compass needle behaves erratically or the pendulum shows unstable movements, there may be an energy anomaly. Trust your intuition. If a place feels off, leave. Final thought. The city is alive. Your city is not just a collection of streets and buildings, it is a living, mystical entity, filled with secret pathways, energies, and hidden messages. Whether through megapolisomancy or urban magic, you can learn to interact with the unseen forces shaping your daily life. Once you start seeing the city through this lens, you will never walk through it the same way again. Stay aware. Read the signs. Tap into the magic.